Crazy things kids did in school. A follower submission. At this kid's school, during lunch, students had the option of fruit or carrots. Well, about a month ago, him and his friend decided to walk around the lunchroom during lunch and collect bags of carrots. Well, they started doing this every day, and people started helping them. Some days they would walk out of the lunchroom with 40 bags of carrots. They would then take these carrots and stuff them into a locker that nobody used. Well, a week later, when they were checking on the carrot locker, a teacher was behind them and saw what they were doing. The teacher made the students throw away all the carrots, and in total, there was about 150 bags of carrots in this locker. Here's a clip of the infamous carrot bust.
83, 84, 85, 86. Oh my God.
That's a lot of carrots. What exactly is the glub glub gob glob? Not sure if I said that right. Well, I looked it up. It's from an animated Christian film called Straczynski and the Mysterious House. And according to the wiki page about it, the glub glub gob glob was an elf created by some wizard or something. And apparently he was tempted by some rat king, which caused him to become obsessed with evil books. And because of this, he turned into a blob and started saying nonsense like dibble dwabble, shwibble shwabble, glibble shwab glab. Do what you want with this information. Most Dangerous Toys of All Time, Part 21. These are clackers. They were very popular in the 70s. You wave around the string, and the two balls would hit each other, making a noise. But they were so dangerous, they stopped making them just 10 years later. There were many reports that the balls would hit each other and then shatter into thousands of sharp pieces, which would fly into people's faces, causing nasty facial and eye injuries. Most Dangerous Toys of All Time, Part 1. This is Rollerblade Barbie and Ken. They were very popular in the 90s, and believe it or not, these dolls actually started fires. There's a mechanism inside the skates that would literally shoot out sparks when rolled on a flat surface. And if that flat surface happened to be flammable, there was a really big problem. Black markets kids ran in their schools. A follower submission. Every Sunday, this kid goes to Walmart and buys a bunch of melatonin gummies. He then puts those gummies in Ziploc bags, brings them to school, and tells the 6th graders that they're special gummies, if you know what I mean. Edibles. Well, people believed him, and they bought them. He sold 2 gummies for $10, and he's made around $700 so far. He hasn't been caught yet, but he did say he's noticed a lot of people sleeping in class. Black markets kids ran in their schools. A follower submission. This kid's got a pretty strong stomach, so in middle school he had a business idea. Every day at lunch he would have a milk from the cafeteria in front of him, and people could add anything they want to the milk and he would drink it. It was $1 to add a basic item to the milk, like raisins. But the crazier the stuff got, the more expensive it got. So for example, if someone wanted to put Vegemite in the milk, it would cost $5. This kid was drinking nasty milk combinations every single day. And business was booming. Kids loved watching him drink this stuff. He did this a couple times a week throughout the year, and in total, he made $350. Nice. Black markets kids ran in their schools. The cafeteria at this kid's school was absolutely terrible, and he thought that his peers deserved better. So one day he went home, told his mom what he was thinking, and she had an idea. She started making tons of Cuban sandwiches every day. She would give them to her son, he would take them to school and sell them during lunch. And apparently these sandwiches were amazing. Kids would stop buying cafeteria food. Instead, they would line up in front of his lunch table and buy the Cuban sandwiches. He became a hero around the school, and he made a couple $100. He split everything he earned with his mom. Black markets kids ran in their schools. In elementary school, there was this girl named Danielle that convinced a bunch of kids that she could forever change the taste of saliva in their mouths. She said she could make their saliva taste like watermelon, cotton candy, bubble gum, forever. And naturally, everybody thought that was awesome. So what she would do is she would make these people wait a couple days so they could really decide on what flavor they want their saliva to taste like. Anyways, after a couple days, these kids would come back to her with the flavor they decided on. And that's when she would charge them $1. They would give her the money, and she would make them chew on things like paper clips, erasers, pencil tips, and cardboard. And all these kids would do it. Well, obviously, nobody's saliva changed flavors. She was eventually found out and was forced to stop for obvious reasons. but she made around 25 bucks doing this. That's insane. The most disturbing kids' toys of all time. This here is called Jibba Jabba. It was a toy released in the 1990s. It's basically a doll that comes in different colored hair, and if you shake it, it makes a choking noise. Well, people didn't respond to it very well at first because 1, shaken baby syndrome is a real thing, and 2, children started trying to do this on their baby siblings. These are Skinny Bones. They're like Legos but super creepy, and they can only make these people. And you could buy the whole family, and even a dog. They were made in 1970. They were discontinued due to lack of interest, but if you can find one today, they're incredibly valuable. And lastly, we have Growing Up Skipper. Skipper was launched by Mattel in 1964 as Barbie's younger sister. 10 years later, Mattel released Growing Up Skipper, and Growing Up Skipper sparked controversy everywhere. If you twist her wrist, this doll grows about an inch and her chest grows out. Watch this clip from the commercial.
You can have fun with Skipper when she's little, then suddenly you can make her grow up enough to wear her glamorous teenage skirt.
The worst things teachers have done. One day in elementary school, this girl was sitting in her class. She had asthma, and her asthma was acting up, so she was using her inhaler. Okay. Anyway, 2 plus 2 is... 2 plus 2 is 4, that's right, yeah. So, and 3 plus 3 is... Jessica, please, are you kidding me? Apparently, the teacher couldn't teach because this girl using her inhaler was too distracting. So this is what she did. Give me that. I'm gonna put this in the office. Whenever you wanna use it, you have to go to the office to use it, okay? Well, the next day, in that same class, that same girl was having trouble with her asthma again, so she asked, Miss, can I go to the office? I need to use my inhaler really bad. Not right now, Jessica. We're in the middle of a very important lesson, okay? She had a full-blown asthma attack. To the point where the paramedics were called, and she had to be taken to the hospital. That teacher was fired the next day.